Hey, Ethan here, and in this episode we'll be looking at LEGO Batman the video game, primarily for the Xbox 360. It's now time for some brief development history. LEGO Batman the video game was developed by Traveler's Tales, best known for the LEGO Star Wars and LEGO Indiana Jones games, and it's based off of the 2006 Batman LEGO sets. It also takes a lot of inspiration from Batman the Animated Series and the Tim Burton films by having the entire Batman '89 soundtrack, and also the game's intro being an almost one-to-one remake of the animated series intro. LEGO Batman was then released for the PS2, PSP, PS3, Xbox 360, Nintendo Wii, Nintendo DS, and PC on September 23, 2008, the DS version being totally different. With that out of the way, let's start the story. LEGO Batman has two sides to its story. One side for the heroes and another for the villains, which is basically the events of what leads up to the heroes arriving. I'm only talking about the hero side in detail. It also has 3 episodes and 5 levels for each. The first one is called Riddler's Revenge. It first starts out with all the villains breaking out of Arkham Asylum and with Batman and Robin answering the bat signal at the end. It then switches to the Riddler having a meeting with multiple other villains about what they're going to steal. Then shows the Riddler and Clayface exploring a bank wall, then Batman and Robin jump down, and then are thrown into the first mission with Batman and Robin going through the streets until they eventually reach the bank and stop Clayface, but the Riddler escapes leaving a box of Lego pieces. Batman and Robin then reach an ice cream factory and go through it until they reach Mr. Freeze and stop him by dropping ice blocks and punching him. Then the Riddler leaves another box and escapes again. It then shows Riddler and Two-Face testing out a freeze cannon with goons until the police and Batman and Robin arrive. Then has Batman and Robin take down several Riddler trucks by giving them to police helicopters until they take Two-Face's armored vehicle down, which is done the same way as the Riddler trucks. Riddler then escapes with the help of one of Poison Ivy's big plants, then leaves another box and plant leaves. Back at the Batcave, Batman and Robin realize that the plant leaf was from the Botanical Gardens and go there and reach Poison Ivy and stop her big plants by building bombs and punching her. Then Robin gets possessed and then the Riddler escapes, leaving yet another box. Back at the Batcave, Batman and Robin realize that the pieces from the Riddler's boxes build a model of the Gotham Bank and go there to stop Riddler and Two-Face. Then the last scene we see is all the villains getting locked up, with Batman and Robin leaving, and that's the Riddler's Revenge. The next episode is Power Crazed Penguin, which starts out with the Penguin talking about how he wants to take over Gotham with his penguins with other supervillains. It then has Batman and Robin going through various rooftops until they reach Catwoman and stop her. Then Catwoman kisses Batman, with Robin getting weirded out, and then one of Catwoman's cats collecting the jewels she stole at the end. It then shows Catwoman having a fight with the police until Batman throws her into the back of a police van. Batman and Robin are then informed of criminal activity on the water and go for Gotham Harbor until they reach Penguin's big submarine and destroy it. Then Batman and Robin see the Penguin and Killer Croc escape into the sewers. They then go through the sewers and eventually reach Killer Croc and then take him down. Batman and Robin then reach the Gotham Zoo and go through it until they find Man-Bat and stop him by building a big record player and punching him. Batman and Robin then find Penguin's lair and go through it until they find the main entrance with Catwoman and Penguin inside using a machine to control the penguins. They then stop them by punching Penguin and Catwoman and by throwing a battering at the machine and also using a push lever to have the penguins destroy the generators. Then Penguin is defeated with the machine and all the penguins being destroyed and with all the villains being locked up, and Batman and Robin riding off on boats. And that is Power Crazed Penguin. The last hero episode is the Joker's Return. It starts off with the Joker and other villains discussing what they're going to do. It then switches to Batman and Robin in the Batcave with Robin repairing the Batcopter, but then Batman gets an alert on the Batcomputer and then they go there. They then go through an acid-filled area until they reach the Mad Hatter and stop him by punching him and dropping him into the acid below. They then grab Mad Hatter and then see the Joker's helicopter in the distance. They then see Commissioner Gordon has been captured through a video from the Joker. Batman and Robin land in Joker's amusement park and go through it until they reach Harley Quinn and defeat her by running after her while she flips backwards several times and then punch her. Harley then gets knocked out, Gordon is then freed, and then the Joker escapes. Batman and Robin are then flying through the sky until Scarecrow attacks. They then chase Scarecrow and eventually take his plane down by latching onto him and shooting missiles at him. Joker and Scarecrow then crash into each other and then Batman and Robin leave, while Joker and Scarecrow parachute down. Batman and Robin then receive a video from Gordon with Killer Moth causing trouble. Batman and Robin then land and go through alleyways and then a nightclub until they reach Killer Moth. They then take him down by punching him and then turning on generators to make him come towards a big light. He is then threatened by Robin, and then we see the Joker's van pull up across the street. They then head towards the church and see the Joker through a window. Then goons open fire, but Harley shows up and is taken out by huge water guns. Batman and Robin then proceed for the church while chasing Harley until they reach the top. They then mess with big church bells, knocking both Harley and Joker out of them. The Joker then explodes windows and then has his helicopter shoot us, but then we use water guns to take it down. The Joker then uses his big machine to shock us, but Batman then uses a battering on a bell and sends a huge bat swarm around Joker and Harley, and then the police arrive to arrest them. It then shows the scene at Arkham with the villains being locked up, but with Batman and Robin flying away. It then shows one last scene with Batman and Robin grappling up the side of a building and standing on top of it until the bat signal shows up and then grapple away. And that is LEGO Batman's story. Time to talk about everything else. The main gameplay of LEGO Batman has you punching enemies and building various things such as grapple points, push levers, tight ropes, and suit change points most often, which are the demolition suit, glide suit, sonic suit, and heat protection suit for Batman, and Robin has the technology suit, magnet suit, attract suit, and swimsuit. The suits allow you to get certain objectives done, and Batgirl and Nightwing can use them as well. At the end of every mission, you unlock free play mode, which allows you to play as any character in the game and collect all the collectibles in the game. There's also superhero status and supervillain status, which is basically a certain amount of studs needed to fully 100% a level. You also get your total stud count, which is the amount of studs total on that save file, and is also the game's currency, which can be used at the Batcomputer or computer Arkham Asylum to buy other characters and extras, which are unlocked through the red bricks found throughout all the levels, which give you cheats in the game, and data, which unlocks backstory and lore, and also enter code, which is used to put in cheat codes, but just look them up on the internet. And suit upgrades, which give you special upgrades for certain suits, and you can also view the story clips, which are all the cutscenes in the game. There's also mini kits, which make small statues for each level, and if you get all of them, you unlock the Wayne Manor and Arkham Asylum level, which has you get 1 million studs as fast as possible, but the Arkham Asylum level is way easier. There's also Citizen in Peril, which has you beat up certain goons in certain areas to rescue civilians. It also has a limited character creator in Arkham Asylum and local multiplayer as well. Graphically, it looks pretty good across all platforms and runs at 60 FPS. Even the cutscenes run at 60, minus the beginning one, but the Xbox 360 and up look the best. The Wii version uses motion controls, and the PC version has enhanced graphics and uses only the keyboard, but has controller support. And that is LEGO Batman the video game. One of the best Batman and LEGO games ever made. But please don't play the Wayne Manor level,